All right, so we're with Dr. Paul, and he's joined the personal. You've joined the personal injury. It's been what, 4 or 6 months? The personal injury.
I became a client of yours last October.
Yeah, this was a unique situation. You initially joined the personal injury, right?
I came to the seminar.
The personal this seminar.
This seminar. A year ago.
Okay.
I came down here with the 2 girls that worked with me.
Okay.
And basically, I became a client.
Okay, he jumped from the personal injury to the consulting.
Like instant.
Yeah, I guess for 2 reasons. One, we probably knew what we were talking about by the seminar, but we also did a practice analysis with him, and we showed him where he could immediately increase his practice, real fast. And he did. He joined it. He jumped into the consult. Yeah, he was losing a lot of business, but he didn't know it. Like most chiropractors, they never do a statistical analysis, so they never know when they're losing or why they're losing patients. That's the first thing I do. I do a practice analysis because it tells me exactly where to go instead of just guessing. So we did it with him. He was losing a ton of business, and I said, oh my God, you got some great potential. Because I already knew as soon as we got him to stop losing business, he was shooting up. I said, as soon as you do this, you're going to have to go to hire an associate doctor. So, and in 60 days, you increased your business in over 100,000 in what? I think it was in 2 or 3 weeks.
It was like a week.
Like 2 weeks. Now you got to remember, increasing your business 38 visits a week at a $50 per visit is $100,000 a year. Mm-hmm. So in 2 weeks, he took his practice over 38 visits. So he increased his business over $100,000 a year in 2 weeks.
Basically, I realized how some of the things I was doing, how dumb they were, not even realizing and operating like that for 5 years.
Now he's kind of unusual because he came to the PI seminar, wanted to do PI. By the way, what did make you go, you know what, I just want to get right into the consulting? What flipped that switch for you?
Well, instantly within like the first day, I saw the potential of this, and then I saw how much money I was losing with the retention. So I said, I just got to go all in because I can't afford to not go all in.
Okay, yeah. So he saw real quickly not just what he was losing, but how he saw he could clean it up real fast just by this information. Just like you guys, you're seeing how quickly, how sequential have we presented this information today? Very specific, very sequential. Oh, it's just application. That's it. That's it.
I didn't want to miss out on anything. I was like, and I've been to every seminar and the workshop.
Yeah, and he's done good. He just jumped in, boom, took off, and now we're looking for an associate doctor.
2 weekends in a row. I mean, I'm all in.
And now tell me about the personal injury. So now he wears a suit to work, and tell me about the attorneys.
Suits. I spent about $10,000 on new suits.
Now I didn't tell him to do that. He just did. But tell me what happened. He's got an attorney in his office, and what's he saying to you?
Just everybody.
Or in his office building.
You're treated so much differently just by wearing a suit to work every day, not looking like you came off the golf course. You know what I mean? Before I really didn't care. I'm just like, oh.
They're talking with him with respect.
It's just, they look at you in a totally different way. I have people holding doors for me when I go out. It's just crazy, you know what I mean? So,
it's called being a professional. It's called being a professional.
And that made a big difference, just the suits alone.
Yeah.
And,
you haven't even started doing any of the educational sales, have you?
No, I've done the educational
you have?
sales. Yeah, I've been doing that for like 6 months
What kind of results, what's happening with that?
It's crazy.
Well, what's crazy mean?
You go out and you show the attorneys basically how they're losing money. I mean, you think the attorneys know all this stuff.
Well,
and they're
let me say this. We have a very specific, it's not as general as he's making it sound. I'm a black belt in this. I don't do general stuff. Is it unbelievably specific, my educational sales program?
It's jaw-dropping to them. They think it's like the best thing they've ever seen.
And all you got to do, you're going to see it.
They realize if they've been operating for any amount of time that they've been getting their asses handed to them because they don't know what they're doing. A lot of these guys don't know what they're doing.
And so what happened to the referrals and all that?
There's like 3 or 4 guys right now. I get all their business. I mean, I'm getting a few personal injuries a week right now just from.
How many a month? How many a month would you say you increased your personal injuries since you started doing that?
I'm getting at least 3 or 4 new PIs a week. It's like one a day basically.
So
easy.
3, 6, so at least 10 or 12, 15 a month.
Yeah, on top of what I was getting directly. They're just coming off my website or.
And you average how much a case?
Probably like 45 to a little over 5,000.
Do the math for me. What's $4,000 a case times 10 cases? Let's simple it. 10 cases, an extra 10 a month, even though he's doing more.
It's like $500,000.
So 4,000, 4 times 10 is 40. what is that? 40 times 12 months. He increased his business easily over what, $600,000 in less than a
Yeah,
year.
the building I'm in, I'm right in downtown. I have all.
Well, wait a minute. Verify what I said. What I say is about right? 10 new patients, 4,000?
It's higher than what he's saying.
All right.
A lot higher than what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's like lowball.
Right.
Just for small time math, but it's funny. All the attorneys.
And every time I talk to him now, I'm like, "You're past getting an associate, Paul. We need to get an associate, Paul. We got to get an associate."
That's already
Paul.
happening because right now I have more business than I can physically handle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just trying to take it to the next step and become the trainer and the manager
Right.
type thing, and that'll be a.
He did it right, though. He did it right. He jumped in. Everything I said he did. You know, he didn't fool around, and wham, the results were immediate, and it was Katie barred the door.
Yeah, you can't afford to miss any of this stuff. I mean, I highly suggest that you just follow all this stuff, and just this thing is so like light. Just this, I mean, this is a lot of meat here for this seminar, but all the other things, the marketing, the last thing I went to in Orlando,
Yeah, the marketing seminar.
That thing was some of the stuff I'm not even doing. I just don't have time to do it right now. But
That's where I teach the S-curve of economics, where I teach educational sales. That's how I opened 77 offices in 20 states.
Once I hire this associate, I'm going to be able to open a couple of practices relatively fast, hire more guys, and it's just going to be like exponential. I mean, right now I'm kind of shocked. I mean, when I saw you last year, I was really kind of burnt out from practicing, you know, because I had no light at the end of the tunnel. But at this point, you know, well, directly after the seminar, I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. But I have more business than I can physically handle right now. You know what I mean? So as soon as I can get this associate, get him trained.
Yeah, he's got management problems now. Because he's got too much business. So we're working on his management skills.
And I'm only doing, you know, the presentations, the educational sales. I'm not even doing the stuff from Orlando, like the educational newsletter, none of that stuff. I'm not even doing half that stuff because I don't have time right now. But when I sit down and get that going, I mean, I'm afraid at how many.
That's just when you know what you're doing. That's just what happens. You start plugging the holes. You increase your skill level.
Where I am, nobody does this stuff. The whole thing that you saw today, nobody does it. I mean, I could have 10 guys open up in my building doing the same thing, and there's more business than we could all physically handle. I mean, it's crazy the potential with it. It's just unbelievable. The big PI firms.
Remember, 92% of the people do not go to chiropractors. What's that called? Opportunity is what that's called. But not if you don't know how to get them.
And I'm kind of a snoop. I snoop around and ask people what they're doing, the chiropractors. There ain't a single person probably within 100 miles of my office doing this. And it's just like massive amount of business that it's just not even, I mean, everybody in this room could just move in right on my same street and not even touch it. It's just,
it's exciting. You know, life's exciting when you're in control of it instead of reactive to it. Life's exciting. Chiropractic's exciting when you're not reactive.
I treat a lot of police officers, and there's about, just in my area, zip code, there's probably 4 or 5 zip codes in Springfield. The report that I got, one of the cops said there was 140 car accidents a week just in my zip code, which is within like, what, a 4 or 5 mile radius of my office. 140 a week. Well,
Paul, you know, again, I give Paul credit because he knows how to make a quick decision and act. And so he came for the personal injury, and then you heard the story of how quickly he saw things, you know, open up. And he just not only, by the way, when he jumped into the consulting, it already included all the other personal injury stuff. Yep. And so he went from that, built his practice, got his patient retention, looking for associate, and now he's doing the marketing, and now you're coming to our real estate investment in New York.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting into that real soon. I'll start buying properties and stuff because I don't want to work the rest of my life.
This is what life's about.
I want to be like him and
this is what life's about.
And make money.
That's what life's about.
Laying on the beach or something. Yeah, doing something good.
Doing what you love to do when you love to do it, but when you create passive income that goes over your fixed expenses.
Otherwise, I got to work the rest of my life.
And the two easiest way to do it with chiropractors is an associate doctor and real estate. That's the two easiest ways.
Like right now, I'm actually getting hurt because I'll probably lose $6,000-$7,000 not being at work today. If I had the associate, I'd be making money sitting here with you guys. And that's where I'm getting screwed right now.
Right. All right. Well, thanks a lot. I got to shut them up.
All right. All right.